Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kiev Cyber Sports Arena, home of Starladder Season 9. We're now into the Winners Bracket Finals, game number 2, DK versus EG. In game 1, DK were beyond dominant. They won all the lanes. They took all the objectives. They were just unrivaled. Everything went their way. Even stuff that looked like it was going to go EG's way just barely failed to. That bad start snowballed out of control, a few mistakes. Well, let's see if they bounce back now. I'm LDB on the summit. I'm joined here, of course, by Merlini. Ben, I still think EG can at least take a game and potentially the series.
I think they need to win the draft, though, in order to take a game off DK. From what it seems like, their play just isn't refined enough to handle what DK has to throw at them, because you never know what DK is going to throw at you. And I think that you have to outdraft so you can try to compensate for weaker play with a stronger lineup.
So in game 1, we saw DK were presented with the opportunity to go Invoker Centaur, and they've done that. I think they did it 4 times, I believe, coming into this game. 3 or 4. They did it like pretty much every game. They're offered Centaur Invoker, and that's what they take. This time around, they went with something totally different. They took the Enchantress and the Bat Rider in the first 2 picks. If they're offered it again, do you think they'll go back to it? Do you think they try something different? Do you think EG should offer it to them again?
The Bat Rider and the Enchantress punishes greed very well.
Yes.
Because if you're not going to put any pressure on Bat Rider, or even if you do put pressure on Bat Rider, he's going to get a blink. Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the very latest, but generally around 8 to 12, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And then Enchantress will put out pressure in the 1 to 7 minutes.
So it's good if you see a very weak, or a very passive laning stage that wants to farm a lot, basically.
Well, you don't have to see it. You expect it, EG, because that's always what you expect. RTZ doesn't usually get babysat in mid. They try and secure the safe lane for Eternal, and Vita supports try and play very aggressively on the solo off lane. And Universe, they almost never help Universe out. And I think that they know that. So if they kill Universe, they're not going to expect any resistance. They can shut him down. They're not going to be able to make space. And
so you think that's the weak point then, is the lack of support for Universe in the off lane?
Not only that, but RTZ too. Neither of them really got that much. They don't really get that much support. They try and put enough pressure on the map so that supports have to react to what EG does.
But DK had such self-sufficient laners, they didn't, especially in the Bat Rider.
Yes.
So with that being said, we're into the game 2 draft, and EG make an adjustment here. They ban out the Invoker and the Enchantress. This time around, they have the second pick. They leave Lycan in the pool, and they give it away to DK. But they get Ember and Dazzle in return. Dazzle is support that they do prioritize highly. Tree was banned this time around, and a Lycan first pick followed up with what looks to be a Mushi Puck. Then in the second phase, Darkseer for Universe gets removed. The Eternal Envy Mirana gets removed.
This is another Tiny Wisp. Oh, boy.
Lycan Tiny Wisp? I mean, can you get away with that?
You can get away with Puck Tiny Wisp, I think.
And where's the Lycan go? Just jungle?
I'm not sure.
Maybe an offlane Puck and a Solomon Lycan, but that does seem a bit...
That's very greedy. Well,
harsh.
Wisp Lycan is unusual.
This is like the ultimate base race draft. Even better than Tiny Wisp, maybe, with like a Necro 3.
Well,
just relocate, take tier 1s.
They could do Lycan jungle and Wisp +1 in the safe lane, Puck mid, and then another offlaner for Ice Ice. Because EG, they have Enigma and Nature's Prophet and Dazzle. Those aren't likely to put that much pressure on a Wisp, because EG, I don't remember the last time I've seen the offensive tri lane, actually.
They don't go aggressive.
Yeah, they don't go aggressive.
They'll be aggressive in their own safe lane, like harassing you and zoning.
Right, so why doesn't DK just play super greedy in their own safe lane?
Maybe they will.
Maybe they will.
We'll see.
Well, that's what they did last game. They had a jungler and they had a Wisp, and they got away with it 100%.
Yeah, EG have gone for a fairly greedy opening with the Enigma, Prophet, Ember, Spirit. 3 heroes, they need a lot of farm. Dazzle needs his levels up. So they don't look to be going aggressive at all and through the early stages of this game. And RTZ will get another shot at the Ember Spirit from the looks of things, but...
I've seen him destroy pucks before, but I don't know if he's going to destroy Mushi's puck, but
yeah.
it's still a matchup that RTZ has played a fair amount.
And they'll go Morphling, so they're not going to go for something like a Tiny. They got a little more lane control here, a better single target burst maybe at certain stages of the game, and just a more self-sufficient carry really than the Tiny.
Well, what's their laning going to be? Is it going to be it could potentially be an off-lane Lycan. I've seen it done before. It's not the most successful thing, but I don't know what DK is going to do for lanes.
Do they just abandon the offlane?
I have no idea.
Morphlane, Wisp, safe lane, Puck mid. Or they could run someone else in the off lane, and like you said, the jungle Lycan maybe.
Jungle Lycan is something
Pretty
that
bad though early on.
it's greedy. I wouldn't necessarily it's bad. It's just super greedy. I think Evil Genius is really good at playing greedy.
Well, let's see what EG look to do here. This is definitely an unorthodox opening. DK they've not really they had a template for their first few games, but come playoff time, it's been two somewhat unexpected drafts from them.
What the heck, Morphling? Does Burning play Morphling? What?
Yes, Burning plays everything. He played Morphling at TI2.
But that's a long time ago. I mean, the game's changed a lot since then.
I mean, I'm sure he's familiar with how the hero works.
Yeah, but I mean, being familiar with how the hero works and playing him in the winner's bracket of a very prestigious tournament is a different thing.
Well, Bandom here, hero that's quite good against Morphling, good against Puck, and EG go lone Druid. So, wow, my goodness, it's a support Enigma Dazzle and wow, a Tricore of farmers. This is like ultra green mode.
Who can outgreen whom?
Universe Prophet, NV Lone Druid, and Arteezy Ember.
Yeah, that's almost certainly the case.
So, I mean, well, if they're able to get farm on all these heroes, that's pretty obscene.
10 seconds remaining.
What will DK do? Is there any way to outgreed this anymore?
5 seconds.
Have we crossed that point?
No, you could pick Lifestealer, put him in the jungle like an off lane. Easy.
Well, like an off lane against a safe lane Lone Druid is not going to have a fun time.
Well, he can attempt to like redirect the creeps with wolves. It's mildly successful if you can do it, but it's risky.
Keeper of what? Well, I'm just gonna let's see what DK have in store, but this is very unexpected. Keeper of the Light.
Let's just say I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I think that's. They're good at moving around the map. They've got a perma-haste Lycan. Relocate from the Wisp. You've got your Keeper of the Light who can pull people in. Morphling can replicate. So it's team
maybe
B.
BOT's on Lycan.
It's team B wherever you want at any time, basically.
But they don't have very much lockdown for Ember. All they have is pretty much silence. Maybe Lycan can get an Abyssal later, but that's still going to be a long time coming. They don't even have like that much damage. Keeper of Light and EO, it's difficult to get all their damage off. Morphling until he gets his EB doesn't really do that much damage on his own. Lycan does a lot of physical, but he tends to get kited around a lot, especially with like Dazzle, Nature's Prophet, Ember, Enigma, and Root. I don't really think he's going to have that much uptime on target. So,
are there any? Can they run like dual lanes here? Maybe Puck off lane and Lycan Keeper and Morphling Wisp, something like that.
I think they could do. Well, they can try and do the thing in the off lane where you tether the first creep so that
it moves faster
suicides into the tower, and then you can get the first way to push into your own tower. But that's questionable. Well,
all right.
Look at MMY, what he's doing already with these wards. What in the world? Where is he going to place these wards?
He doesn't
even have wards.
He doesn't have wards.
What the heck? Why is he?
Are they scouting for? I guess they're scouting for the level 1 rush here.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yeah, we'll just get the Lycan Wolf there a bit faster, but EG aren't going for that. All right. Well, let's see how this works out for DK.
They'll be scouted out though.
Yeah. EG on the dire side, trailing 0-1 in the best of 3. The Wolf will be converted here, so they get some early Eidolons up. And Evil Geniuses backs against the wall. If they lose this, they're down to the loser bracket finals, and that is not where you want to be, because even if you win it, you then come into the grand finals having played potentially a very strenuous best of 3, and then you've got to play a BO5 with a 1-game disadvantage. So yeah, EG on the dire side, Arteezy will be handling your Ember Spirit, PPD on the Dazzle, that puts Eternal Envy standing in from Cloud9 on the Lone Druid. And as for Zai, he'll be on the support Enigma, so that'll be your 4 position, and then Universe looks to be heading safe lane for now as the Nature's Prophet. On the Radiant side, DK looked dominant in game 1. You've got Lamb playing the Keeper of the Light, not the Enchantress. Quite a change of pace for him. Ice will head to the off lane as Lycan. MMY going mid as the Wisp. Burning as the Morphling. So they are dual laning with those two. Mushi as your safe lane Puck. And I think the one thing to mention here is teams have experimented with off lane Lycan in the past. This is not the first time it's been done. Although I don't know that it's been... I know Liquid were trying it a while ago. I want to say like 8 months ago maybe? Something like that.
It's also going to be an off-lane...
dual lane.
Lone Druid, too.
So they're running Lone Druid off lane. I guess they're trying to get a 1v1 matchup for him. And I think they might be expecting this Puck to be here. It's a pretty good matchup for Lone Druid.
You just have no idea what lane DK is.
Yeah, look
gonna
at those
do.
heroes. I guess you don't know for sure. You kind of expect the Morphling and the Wisp to be together, though. That's one thing you know for sure. The Puck's probably going to be the solo, and I mean, maybe they could have run the Lycan jungle and something else like Coddle off lane. There was some blocking here, so maybe EG didn't expect the solo safe lane, because they blocked the camp as though expecting pulls.
Yeah, I don't think they expected Mushi not mid, though.
Maybe they expected, yeah, just Keeper of the Light farming some stacks up.
Arteezy playing super aggressively. Look at where he is.
Light
Oh
of
my
fist,
gosh.
Searing Chains on 2, the heals here! He can't get up, what is going on? He's so slow with the last auto attack. Then MMY's gonna tether back in, continues to bottle up. The
Oh
Magician
my
does a
God.
wave from Burning, over the top. PPD gets the first blood with the poison. He actually gets it first.
Are you kidding me with that play from MMY? What? I thought he was dead like 10 seconds ago.
Why was that last auto attack so slow?
It was the tether slow.
Oh, the tether slow, okay.
Wow.
It took like an hour to swing the sword.
But he does get first blood.
Yeah, the poison actually brought down the Wisp when it was right about here. So, Wisp Morphling, very squishy Wisp against this dual lane.
And that was a level 2 Ember. Imagine once he gets a little bit higher level.
So EG strike first. Well, how's DK's other lanes looking here? You've got a Lycan Nature's Prophet. Stout shit up on the Lycan, helps against the Prophet, harassing me quite a bit. Keeper of the Light is farming the lane a bit. Lycan's kind of munching away in the jungle. Despite the death for the dual lane for DK, Burning is still farming well. How's Envy doing? Envy is crushing, 9 and 8. Mushi 5 and 4. So Envy
It's
having
so
a very
difficult
good
to
time.
lane versus Lone Druid. Lone Druid is one of the strongest 1v1 heroes in the game.
How do you rate Morphling versus Ember Spirit? Have you played this matchup before or seen it?
I don't think either side can kill one another, but I think Ember Spirit can put a lot more pressure than Morphling. Morphling has slightly better rune control until level 6, and then after that, Ember Spirit just far better in controlling runes and ganking the side lanes. But in a straight one-on-one matchup, CS maybe slight favor for Morphling because he has higher base damage with Morph, but if he morphs too low, the nuke from Searing Chains is going to be too much. So I think like 1 through 4 maybe in favor of Morphling, 5+ favor Ember Spirit.
So these wolves in the off lane are just following Zai around and just trying to slow his jungle down, but the problem is you can just convert one, and then the wolves both die because the conversions immediately kill off the other. So, I mean, maybe they wanted to counter jungle a bit with the wolves, but they don't seem to be very effective at it. Yeah, I'm not sure so far. The Lycan is not getting... he's getting okay farm. So pretty much every core in this game is getting good CS, to be honest.
And they're like constantly pushing out top too with the wolves. I guess they want to force the supports to rotate top.
Well, that was an easy kill. They get the wave in, and with the Howl, there's just no way. They knew the Dazzled had not taken Grave because he went for the first blood attempt earlier, was still level 2, and good situational awareness by DK to punish that with an aggressive dive.
It's a lot of deeps coming out with Howl, level 2 Howl, so no value point in Pharaoh Impulse like we see very often, but 30 bonus damage on Howl, that is nothing to scoff at, especially if you have Overcharge, but does not have it yet.
And the cooldown actually goes down a decent amount if you continue leveling it, so means you might have it for one extra
The
fight.
double bottle is out.
It's a lot of regen. The wave in over the top onto Ortiz. He gets off his Searing Chains. Sleight of Fist is here. I don't think they can get this kill. The Spirit not enough. MMY's low. No bottle up. They'll just magical musical bottles in this mid lane.
I think it's really smart for DK to constantly pressure Arteezy. That's one thing that teams just have not been able to do at all, and Arteezy is under constant pressure in Game 1 and in Game 2. Morphling coming out on CS over the Ember Spirit, and now he's already level 6.
And they're actually pressuring this top lane a lot. They just keep on spamming the waves down, and then Lycan starts pushing the tower. So.
But that tower's still very healthy. They're trying to, but Universe is doing a very good job of stopping it.
Bottom lane, Mushi's found a solo kill. Wow.
How did that happen?
Lone Druid is level 5. He didn't have his ultimate yet.
I don't know how he died there. That's a really difficult matchup to get a kill in.
I think it's the Howl damage. Eternal Envy is just underestimating it a bit. Because the Howl was on... Yeah, I didn't see how it started, unfortunately. But the Howl was on the puck and able to run him down.
Well, tower does get denied in mid by PPD, and they do get a retaliation kill on MMY, so not the worst start for EG. But losing that T1 tower this early? That's rough.
I feel like, and on top of that, giving Mushi a solo kill. Now he's got phase boots up, Bassi, and level 6. And he's the one hero that can actually do something in the mid game in terms of ganking. So.
And Eternal Envy can't play greedy. He's forced to go phase boost on his bear.
Yeah, no early Midas for him. And Arteezy is farming decently, but actually now he's getting out CS'd. Oh, they root up Mushi bottom lane. Can Envy look to go on this? There's an orb. One more auto attack. Almost enough. Not quite, though.
Casual salving it up. He is not in bear form, though. PPD sitting behind him in case there is a go attempt on Eternal Envy, which there may be soon.
Mushi, a bit low on mana, but they'll bottle up and give him the mana he needs for this aggressive dive if he wants to go for it. The orb's ready. There's a grave for PPD. Good positioning from him. Looks like he won't get caught yet.
Universe on top getting pressured so much.
But these lanes are so weird from DK, but they all seem to be working pretty well.
Yeah, and they have Wolves constantly scout out Enigma. Before it was just a try and deny him some farm, but...
And they're feeding Eidolons.
Wow.
Zai's got to be careful about that. That's a lot
So
of
much gold. That's like 150 gold right there.
They're up 1,500 gold already. Look at the CS. They've got 4 of the top 5 CSers right now.
So
That's
K-Pop Tosis
absurd.
informs us that DK has not played Morphling or Caudle since 6.79, let alone 6.6.
That's at least like
8-0.
5 months ago.
Jeez, talk about a versatile team.
Yeah. Well, you can't prepare for this either because they haven't shown it. They'll pop the Wolves again and keep on pushing through the top lane. Zai, no conversion. It's cooling down though. But this top lane, the tower's just slowly dying, and that's going to mean 2 towers down at the rate they're going. Even if it gets denied, it's still a loss of map control for EG. Where does EG's like grip on this game come from?
From Ember Spirit being aggressive. I think that's
He's
where it
been
comes
scouted though.
Yeah.
There's actually a sentry here, but they've seen Arteezy rotate top, so while Birding can be more just confident in farming in the mid lane, Arteezy's not getting much.
from. He can blow up
CS.
the Keeper of the Light or the Wisp at any time, even the Puck if he gets caught in a searing chain. So I think that they have to be extremely careful to limit Arteezy's presence around the map, which they have been doing.
They do have a replicate here. MMY's going to take a Sleight of Fist to the face. He's actually dropping very quickly. The Remnant, as you said, will blow him up. Burning, though, has a waveform. Is he going to look to dive this? Arteezy's got to be careful. This howl damage is no joke. No, not enough. Nice kill. MMY's turn to underestimate the damage output of an enemy core.
They're just, I mean, look at where they're posted up, though. It's 8 minutes in, and they're posted up right beside the T2.
Coil on the bottom lane. Envy's going to get caught. He morphs into Big Bear form, but he's already taken a ton of damage. Gets the root on Mushi. Dropping Mushi low, but not able to finish him off. Nice kill there.
Man, poor Eternal Envy.
Can Arteezy find the turnaround kill? There's an orb out. Base shift for Mushi. Remnant on forward into a Sleight of Fist. He can do it here, Arteezy. Not enough. Yes, he goes. Gets him with the Sleight. Now can also go for MMY. Arteezy looking to redeem himself. Oh, they'll get another kill with Universe TPing in. Nicely done for EG. They pick up 2. Bernie tries to turn this, but has no replicate to continue the chase. He can wait for the waveform to cool down, but with phase boots here, well, this is where you'd love to have those phase boots silent got in the other game. You could actually keep up. But yeah, doesn't have them. Oh, maybe he does. Just had the distance. Is he still going?
Still, Arteezy is doing the right thing. He's getting kills on the weak heroes, just looking for opportunities and striking DK back. But at the same time, Lycan's just free farming in the off lane, and if they ever leave the lane, this tower is just going to die. So Zai can't really do anything on the Sigma. He's 0-0-1. He is very high level though. He does have Black Hole online, but he just can't really leave. The trade-off is just not worth it, even if he kills like 2 heroes maybe with Black Hole, unless he gets a Morphling or someone really important, which he probably isn't because he can just morph during Black Hole, then I mean, it's just
Who do they gank, basically?
Yeah,
the supports, maybe, but...
They need to wait for DK to overextend.
Well, this would be potentially an overextension, except Arteezy's walking into 3 heroes. He should get the kill here very quickly on the Keeper of the Light. Lamb does pop his ultimate. Is he bringing anyone in? No, he's going to die too quickly. Now forced back. The one other thing that DK are waiting for, which I think is limiting them, is 2 hero Sleight of Fist. Prophet ult. Mushi's got to, or MMY's got to run. But yeah, they're waiting for this Mushi Blink Dagger. They really need it to take fights.
Yeah, they really needed to kill Arteezy. Look at where Arteezy is. He's just like playing so aggressively. MMY can't even show himself.
There's pressure on the mid lane right now from the Lycan. They've moved him around. Nice waveform in. Replicates back out, but I'm a little worried for DK than their ability to counter this push. If Lamb is dead, they can't really do it, and he gets caught out here by Arteezy. However, he's mostly cleared off the wave beforehand. Arteezy coming back in. Another slight. Man, these supports are squishy. And they'll get the tower top. It goes the way of EG. Score 6-5. Pretty even in terms of golden experience thus far. Who's got control of this game right now?
I would say DK, because they have the Blink Dagger on Puck coming out soon, and they're not really going to have a solution for it. Like Enigma is kind of going to be food. Ember Spirit might be food too. He's still pretty poor. 11 minutes in, he only has 31 CS. He is 3-0-2 though, so he is getting a lot of kills on these weak heroes, and they're forced to stick together.
Arteezy is looking for a backstab top lane. They take a tier 1 bottom though. That goes to DK. But keeping our eyes on Arteezy, they have a lane ward. What's coming on the courier right now? It is a bottle. Will he look to go? Blink in, silence from Mushi. It goes right onto PPD. Gets off the grave in the nick of time. The Wolf is going to chase him down. They'll go for one more right click here, and PPD will die. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a small engagement. Another TP in. Wow, they're committing the Ember to this. Is he going to be able to find Ice Ice Ice? Remnants into the trees. Wants to catch Mushi, but he's just a split second late. Burning, hiding as well. The heroes they were going for have TP'd out.
He should just backdoor to tower and then TP out.
It looks like he wants to. He's being pulled back by Keeper of the Light. Oh, didn't get canceled. I guess he took the damage as he was pulled out. Oh no, he replicated out. Didn't actually get Keeper of the Lighted out.
I don't know what the cheering is for.
Yeah, nothing that I saw really happen.
Like in closing in on the medallion, just needs about another few hundred gold, 400 gold maybe, and oh, actually he already has it. I guess it was in the stash. So he can do Roshan whenever he wants to, although he doesn't have enough mana for another Wolf Summon, nor does he have a smoke in his inventory, and looks like EG is somewhat prepared for that already. Oh,
they wanted to go into the Roche pit, but Lamb's actually going to reveal the smoke.
Smart. Wow. Yeah, actually EG were gearing up for it. Actually, they still might go in.
Well, the Wolf's here. This is very risky from EG.
They need sentries.
They don't want to go into the pit. You know, Keeper of the Light, we have not seen him in a long time, Ben, but he's really good in the pit. You just sit over here and just keep on spamming Illuminates into the lane. It's very annoying and frustrating to play against. Bottom lane. Arteezy's come in. He'll start hitting Ice 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 here. Ice 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 not afraid so far, but I think he should be. Dropping pretty low. He's going to have to use his ultimate if this goes on for much longer. Arteezy threatening to go back in, but look at the split push. DK just completely spreading the map. And purely just drawing EG back by pressure on towers. Last game it was much more pressure on heroes, but this one seems to be out taking towers down.
Indeed it does.
And they're everywhere. They're parked at tier 2s. They were here. Sure, they died with the Wisp, but now they're here.
But who do you kill?
And this creates all kind of space. Bottom lane, there's a relocate in. They found Arteezy. And now they'll go for the tower. And Bernie's going to fight PPD. Although he graves, he looks to be in a world of trouble. Are they going to cancel this tether and secure the kill? No, they're sticking together. They'll go back to top. They brought 3 here for this.
Man, this like semi-global strat from DK is just ridiculous. You might just have to straight up ban Wisp. Looks like Zai's looking for a black hole.
Now he's coming in from the backside. They've already brought down the Prophet. They can black hole Bernie, but he's strength morphing. And I don't know if they have the burst to bring him down. In fact, they don't. And that was while DK are sending 2 heroes bottom. I think EG are just completely mystified by this game.
Yes. Yes, they are.
It's just such a weird game that they'll find Ice 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 here though. Black hole.
Did he need that black hole?
That was a Jesus Christ, we need to kill black hole.
Yes. That's let's get our morale back, black hole.
Well, now DK know it's down though.
Still, being able to pressure the T3 tower is nothing to scoff at 15 minutes into the game. Lycanthrope, they're just waiting for EG to be in a really bad position so that they can't defend Roshan. Like if they're all defending T2s, just go into Roshan, and if you need to, just recall a couple of people around the map. If they go to Roshan, you just recall Lycan in and take down the T2. EG's at a loss as to what to do right now. And I'm not really sure what they do either.
You know, looking at the Morphling pick in a little more detail, EG have nothing on a Morphling. They have no silence, no sufficient burst damage. Ember alone is not enough, and with the Wisp at his side, Burning is just unkillable, so he can play ultra aggressive. The Puck's pretty elusive in general, although not unkillable, and
they can't punish a shotgun either.
Yeah.
No magic burst.
The lone Druid pick definitely caught me off guard. Mushi's hiding in the pit right now, scouting out for a potential Roche attempt. Arteezy will find him, but Mushi's quicker with a relocate here. They'll find Arteezy instantaneously, and then they look for Envy, who's come into the pit. Burning's going to pursue him out along with MMY. Spirit started bouncing, bringing him low. Burning's got to wait for him. There's a mech up, but a Blake on forward into the wave. They brought him down as well. Now Universe trying to fight his way out. He's got to run, and he's got to do it quickly. Burning continues the chase. Is there a grave available? Nope, not dead yet. Now the grave onto Eternal Envy goes for the TP out. Can they cancel the TP? Nothing to do it with, but PPD is probably going to fall here. Waveform, barely short, barely short. Nice heal from PPD. No, he still goes down to Mushi. That HAL damage doing work. Triple Remnant. What? That didn't even scratch him.
He's at 2,500 HP.
I was like, oh, look how low his HP is. They'll definitely get this. Not the case. And they're fighting without Ice Ice Ice. He's just pushing top. DK are just, they're magicians.
Well, he has to dodge a Sleight of Fist or he's going to die.
Well, not that magical. The magic ends here, says Arteezy.
Still, Burning manages to survive and replicates out. And they've been managing to kill Arteezy a lot, too. So much burst. They just simply kill him in a waning rift.
Yeah, every time the Illuminate comes in, EG maybe forced to just pop a mech. Now DK have a mech of their own. And even when DK are trading kills, they're taking towers.
Look at Eternal Envy, too. He's forced to go into the medallion build so they can do Roshan, but they haven't even been close to be able to do Roshan ever since Keeper of Light scouted him out.
Look at this freaking wolf. The wolves are giving so much visual information for DK this game. It spotted out the Enigma. It spotted Arteezy earlier coming towards the top lane for a gank. And now it's just following the lone druid around because he's the medallion carrier. If they go Roche, he'll be there.
Yeah, smart play from Ice Ice Ice.
There's no sneaky Roche. It's not going to happen. Look at this.
Actually, Universe from the backside.
I think they need a gem, honestly, just for the wolves. They might find him here. Ice 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 going down on Universe. Is there a relocate coming in? No. Just space created. As Ice 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 will back off.
Black Hole still down for 10 more seconds.
These wolves. I want a wolf cam. We just get like a picture-in-picture for the rest of the game.
I think EG's like, we can probably deal with Lycan on Radiant. DK can do it, so can we, right? Apparently not.
I don't even want to call this double Remnant in. There's a nice initiation from Arteezy. Mushi goes with a bit of a short jaunt out. Now he's being chased down by Arteezy, dropping quite low. Universe will TP in as well. Mushi gonna fall to Arteezy. Now he's found Lamb as well, but two heroes are breaking base bottom. They'll at least be forced back. Two nice kills going the way of EG, and they want to take a tower off of this as well. Maybe threaten for Ocean. Burning gets caught next. He's got a replicate. Sticking around, they've got to tether out on MMY. They don't want to relocate because then they'll lose the Wisp here, most likely. Burning still retreating as the Lincoln Sphere. MMY can tether in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. No, too late. And the Radiant lost their courier as well.
Yeah, and a T1. That's a big loss. I'm not really sure why Mushi only teleported like 300 range with that orb.
It was like there.
That's an easy Roshan for DK too.
What an opening for EG. Maybe DK were trying to be too cute.
I think so. Well, Lycan Wolf form was down. They're not going to get any help from him. So that's a Roshan. That's probably a 5,000 gold swing, maybe? Maybe not that much. Maybe like 3,500 after that with 3 kills, a tower, and Roshan. That's huge. And that's 2 Necro. That's so many items coming out for EG. We see Necro 2 up on Nature's Prophet. We see the Blink Dagger up on Enigma. Speaking of Enigma, not that hot of a pick this game. He hasn't been able to connect with black holes, but that may change soon because they don't really have any disables. Maybe Adaptive Strike, and if he gets Puck, that's all they have.
Yeah, there was no Wolf Aegis snipe or anything like that. EG get the gold, and they get the Aegis. So feeling good about that. They'll start... Just go back to what their old tricks basically for DK. Start pushing in the lanes again. Go for the ganks with the Wisp as well as the Puck, and they'll find Arteezy bottom. Tries to Sleight of Fist. Remnant's directly on top of his grave location, and they'll put a headstone there to mark Arteezy's demise. But he will fall. So in terms of giving the Aegis to the Lone Druid, do you think that's the right hero to give it to?
I think if Arteezy dies once, he'll probably die twice.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
You mean Envy or Arteezy?
Arteezy. Okay. So, I mean, I'm thinking if Envy will die twice too, probably as well, and he won't be in Lone Druid form. So, it's probably better for Arteezy, actually.
Well, in spite of being a very unorthodox game, it's a 13-12 game. Gold experience still quite close, but that is the last outer tower for EG, whose lineup frankly looked like a push lineup. They ran Lone Druid, Prophet, and Enigma, and the Dazzle. All good pushing heroes, but they have not been able to trade towers effectively whatsoever this game.
Gem picked up by Keeper of Light, simply for dewarding purposes.
No gem yet for EG, but I feel like these wolves have been such a problem.
Look at this ward right on top.
That'll be a nice D-ward, if they actually get to it. They haven't seen it just yet, but they probably will soon. Arteezy going to leave a Spirit or a Remnant behind, so playing it a little bit safer. Yesterday there were a few times where he only used them offensively, didn't have any to retreat to. But he's got to respect the relocate ganks and the puck initiations. And speaking of the puck, Mushi is not too far off of a Scythe of Ice. That is a game-changing item.
Especially against a hero like Ember.
Who's still fairly squishy.
Well, there is a smoke from 3 heroes.
They've got a blink black hole. Will they find an opening? Lamb, not even a hero you want to use a black hole on. Someone like Ice Ice Ice, though, is much more to your taste. There's a first hit root. EE with some good RNG. Now Ice Ice Ice. Now he gets Malphite. He's held in position. The wolf will fall. Well, that was easy for EG.
Easy, easy.
First hit root. Maybe they get the kill anyway as long as they get a root, but first hit, gonna work.
Yep, they will get this tower, uncontested. DK gonna threaten the T3 after this, so I don't think EG is gonna be able to get any more, but still, nice pickup of momentum for them. About 6,000 gold lead for EG. Or sorry, for DK. Excuse me.
TP home from the Ember, and Burning continues to apply pressure. Wisp sitting well behind him, ready with the relocate out. Meanwhile, EG are pushing through the bottom lane. Will they engage in this? No. Morphling just retreating out in the end and going to the bottom lane. Now tries to slow down the Bears. The push continues from EG. Envy in the front lines. The Bears banging away at the tower. But he's got to back off soon. He does have the Aegis, but a lot of heroes are joining the fray. They now pop a medallion on him. In come the Wolves. They just want to get in range here. There's a black hole. Only catches a whiff, then canceled by an adaptive strike side, just slightly off the mark, and it's really going to cost them on that initiation. Still, they're strong, though, in the team fight, but Burning's going to get sick. MMY will fall to a nice sleight of fist, but now Arteezy gets caught, and Burning's going absolutely berserk. Double kill, killing off Envy. That's your Aegis down. Might get him another time. The Bears dropping low. Universe on the run. Burning's a bit low on mana, though. Envy comes back, being focused by the Wolf. This Bear's being overwhelmed. It's not a fair fight. Now it's Sprout, slightly off the mark. Ice 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 needs some crits. He's not getting enough. Universe will try to retreat out. And the chase continues. There's a blink forward. Adaptive strike used, not even prematurely.
He needs to micro these necro books. They were just sitting there a whole entire time.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they might actually still catch Mushi.
Nice adaptive strike from Burning, and the last necro book, no more mono burn on it, so it looks like Mushi should be okay.
Big fight for DK right there.
They got rid of the Aegis. They got 4 kills.
They lost a tower, but that was still a fantastic exchange. Very poor black hole by Enigma.
Well, there's so much pressure on him because the only lockdown is Arteezy, and if Arteezy doesn't start the fight with Sleight of Fists, Enigma just has to go in blind. But yeah, he airballed it, missed the Morphling, and immediately got canceled.
I think Puck was around there too to instantly cancel it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that, only that.
Black Hole's almost useless without a BKB this game. It's just so hard for, and he is going for BKB, but so hard for Zai to connect on that. Well, where does that leave us? Burning has he has an E-Blade at 24 minutes along with Lincoln's, and they dual laned to mid. He's 8-0-4, and he's leading on CS. Jeez.
He's massive and scary and a lot of other things. These Wolves, though, constantly on important heroes from EG. Although I guess Universe isn't that important of a hero. He's been...
Hey, it's a kill. A kill's a kill, and they're going to find him now. Relocate comes in as well. Universe tries to run, but say hello to the shotgun. Burning's now godlike.
That's kind of a unique twist to the relocate. Is shotgun.
Shotgun into the spirits, yeah.
That's cool.
It's like a guy just drops through your roof and just blows your head off. That's not a fun way to go.
Ice actually scouting for Roshan, even though it's not slated to be up at 2 minutes at the bare minimum.
Oh, there's a double damage rune on Burning. I don't know what they're thinking being near him, but they want to get the hell away. I don't think shotgun's the right word. This is a much more deadly weapon than that.
Triple barrel shotgun?
Yeah. It's more like just a grenade launcher. He hits like a truck.
Yeah,
and they actually have a ton of magic damage as well from these other heroes. Keeper of the Light has a bunch. Your Puck has a bunch. Well, for EG, they lose a very, very bad engagement. They've given Burning a deadly weapon, but they do have an ultra late game Ember, potentially, going for the Battle Fury. He's just not there yet is the main issue.
You were talking about earlier how the team that puts out the most amount of pressure generally wins, and DK, they have put so much pressure on the towers from EG that they can't really play offensively, and they can't really split push out or take Roshan with ease.
Oh, they will find Lamb mid, though. That's going to be an easy kill for EG. Lamb isolated. He will drop the blinding light, pops the mech. Maybe not so easy, but still going down in the end. Now relocate. They're going to turn around with Bernie, but the black hole from Zai was ready. Canceled, though. It's immediately canceled. I think Mushi did it. Now Bernie duking it out with Arteezy and Envy, both banging away on him. He will fall. They've killed off the Morphling. Ice is being routed, and Envy's in heavy pursuit, though perhaps too heavy. Don't know if he can stick around for this. Another Illuminate. Mushi. No, one more right click gets the kill. Mushi does it. Buyback from the Morph. Into the fray. On to Universe. It's another 4 heroes dead. Necro's being cleaned up. That looked like a disaster for DK, but Mushi just saved their asses so freaking hard.
Wow, EG almost had 5-man wipe right there too. Arteezy was literally 1 hit away from dying. But
Buyback,
very nice grave coming out from Zai.
There was a buyback on Burning, so that's definitely going to slow down DK a bit here, but they get a lot of kills, and they just put EG right back in the defensive posture.
Oh, wow. Almost a full Roshan respawn to 2 minutes and 52 seconds. That's a rough one.
So what's the next step for DK? I mean, they found some nice pickoffs on the map. Do they just farm for late game? Do they try and break the base, wait for the next Rosh?
I think they can
What
put a
does
lot of
DK
pressure
do?
on EG while Black Hole is down and try and get Roshan if they really need to. But they did buyback, try and make use of it. But no Black Hole. The
Oh no, there's your
not
sight.
really that much.
Arteezy has been grave. Can he remnant out of this? The silence is going to wear off soon. The coil gets dropped. Arteezy, one more right click, will go down. No buyback on Arteezy. This might be Rax. They'll keep on pushing in, Burning, trying to siege out the range Rax. He'll bring it down, then goes on the melee. They get that too. Now they just want to leave with their winnings. Gems on the deck. Lamb goes to grab it. I don't know if he gets out with this. Maybe he does. Burning jumps back in, looking for PPD. The shotgun's almost ready. Gets off the adaptive strike, but the E-Blade was cooling down. Now rooted. Now, remember, he bought back. Does not want to die here. Will be relocated out. Just a few inches, actually. But MMY is going to live, it looks like, because they're not actually pursuing.
Well, they're scared of the shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a booby trap here, going for MMY.
So that was a swift Rex. Very nice catch by Mushi. The grave was just simply not enough. I think had Arteezy been better prepared with the Remnant very close to Fountain, I think he would have lived, but too much pressure from DK out on him with the Dream Coil to follow the shallow grave. But EG isn't done. They want to retaliate with a kill.
Yeah, they are smoked up here. Roshan spawning soon. Is not up yet, and
Oh, they saw the bear get resummoned back over here. I think they know that they're smoked because of that.
they're also running top even before that happens, I guess. So.
Wow, point booster on a Spirit Bear just so he can use a Mjolnir. Really, Eternal Envy? You can't micro it, so you put it on your hero? I mean, this is where every little bit of gold counts. And it's nice in theory to be able to use it on your bear and save yourself a little bit of micro, but it takes maybe 2 seconds, and being able to save 1,200 gold and go for something like even a chainmail, I guess chainmail is not terribly useful versus Maz's physical damage, but an AC will pump out his damage a lot.
Yeah, you don't see many point boosters on Lone Druid. Oftentimes players don't even bother with the Mjolnir buff, but...
He can just go for Soul Ring too. Soul Ring's cheaper.
And I have Scotty is not going to do much this game. Everyone on DK has mobility skills, so the slow is not...
Bloodstone Bear?
Yeah,
Easy?
I mean, stats are useless on it as well, so it's just a casual point booster, really.
The Mjolnir buff is strong, but not that strong.
Well, Cloud, or EG, looking for the Roshan.
It's about to respawn. I
There's
don't know
but
if
there's
DK
a wolf here. There's a wolf. They're ready for this.
Yeah, they haven't scouted it out though.
And they're basically 5 heroes at the pit for DK. 3 smoked up bottom, 2 sitting top with a relocate ready, and they'll go in bottom lane. They found Universe, and he is alone. There's no backup for him. Then the relocate comes, and Burning just blows him up to pieces. Lamb will get the last hit. And that's Roche. Have they seen it? Now they do. The replicates
Well, it's
walked
almost
in.
full 3-minute timer, so even if they don't know by vision, they definitely know by the timer.
And if they get this Aegis, that feels like a very, very likely second lane of Rax. They can pressure top as well with 2. The only issue is they don't have 5 in the pit. Maybe EG can look to punish that.
They could relocate back if they really need to.
No, they used it to come in, so.
Sorry, by relocate I meant Keeper of Light.
Oh, yeah.
Recall. Sorry, get the spell name mixed up.
I just called it Keeper of the Lighted earlier because I couldn't remember the name.
Well, EG's time is nigh again, it looks like. And Lone Druid is nice and all, but I mean, all he really has is a Mjolnir. The medallion was very nice for securing Roshan, but at that particular point in time, they didn't exactly need it. But you can't predict that they're going to give you a couple of pickoffs like that. And the Lone Druid pick is kind of flat because they haven't been able to push out any lanes at all. PPD getting blown up.
Well, I don't think they'll continue pursuit. They lose a gem that they just picked up, and now DK look to take their second lane of Rax and force their way to the grand finals. There's a nice black hole from Zai, but he hasn't caught Burning, and they're not doing damage during this hole. Now the Lone Druid comes in, trying to focus down Burning. The Bear's hitting fairly hard. Burning gets another kill. Triple kill for him, and still not done yet. Blasts Envy and keeps on wailing away on the tier 3. I don't know if they have the damage for him. He's still got an Aegis. He'll go in again. He's just merciless to EE. Burning's the one with no mercy today. Give the man an ultra kill. Some call him the B-God, and he certainly was in this game.
Damn, what a performance by DK.
Rampage.
Wow,
that was quite the performance.
That's a
DK.
beatdown. That is DK. Like, you can't say that they aren't number 1 right now.
I think all our questions got answered about who's the favorites going into the grand finals.
EG is a very promising team, but they need a lot more experience. They need a lot more versatility. RTZ needs to play more heroes because their strategy revolves around him generally creating a lot of pressure, either by threatening with super late game farm, like a Shadow Fiend or an OD, or him creating a lot of pressure on the Ember Spirit. And without the Naga Siren 2, they have to go to this, like, I don't know, kind of weirdest strat that they generally aren't used to. We don't see Universe play Nature's Prophet too often anymore, and we see Zai on a non-aggressive support in the terms of Enigma. And to be fair, DK had a really amazing strategy, though, being able to pressure the map at all times, even at like 5 minutes into the game.
And it was so unexpected, too. Like, you can't game plan for that. First of all, they haven't shown it. Secondly, it's just weird. Like, it's not...
You don't know what lanes they're going to do.
You know, sometimes people talk about the metagame, what heroes are invoked. There's not much... Lycan was in the draft, sure, but nobody's thinking about Keeper of the Light in these games. Maybe Wisp is a slight consideration against DK, but...
You don't expect to be pressured that hard with a Morphling either.
It was just the way they constructed and laned it that was so unexpected, and I think EG just didn't know it was coming. Like,
it was a next level draft.
You saw they warded the bottom pole camp. Looked like they expected a support to be there. It was just Mushi solo on the puck.
So much unpredictability coming out from DK. I think that's what makes them the scariest team of the tournament.
That's one that's worth rewatching the replay and just trying to figure out exactly what happened.
Who's going to go where? I mean, yeah, sure, Mushi plays puck, but he generally goes mid. He can go any of the 3 lanes.
Like you said, the versatility of their laning is a problem for their opponents because even with, like, okay, they're more standard picks, Centaur, Invoker, Mushi can play the Centaur, Ice can play the Centaur. You don't know if they'll go for the Invoker. They can lane him in the safe lane on the Invoker. They can send the Centaur off lane. I mean, there's just so many heroes that can be played, so many ways to lane it. No matter what their draft is, they're a very versatile team.
I'm sure they expected to coddle Lycan in the off lane.
Totally.
Well,
DK did a lot of preparation for this match. That felt like something they had planned a bit.
Yeah, it really did. And you can't ban Lycan. Or, I mean, you can ban Lycan. You can't give them Lycan, you can't take Lycan. So you pretty much have to ban Lycan. There goes one of your bans.
You know, the interesting thing for me, I think the biggest storyline is that DK were not reacting to EG. They just had their own game plan and they went with it.
Well, that's why they're so good, because EG generally, they're reactive, or their Universe is such a good player that he creates space for them. But they were constantly forced out of their comfort zone. They didn't know what to do about the laning phase. Universe is there to split defend instead of split push. And there goes a lot of the strength of the hero.
Well, EG, they'll have some time to sit down, analyze those replays tonight, but they have to prepare now for the loser bracket finals. They'll be playing either IG or Empire. Looking towards tomorrow, the way our brackets stand, only 4 teams remain. In the grand finals is waiting DK with the 1-game advantage, EG waiting the loser bracket finals, and then in the loser bracket small final, or round 3, it's Empire versus IG. So we have 2 best of 3s, Empire versus IG, then the winner plays EG, and then from there, the winner moves on to play DK. DK is looking very scary. And they've got a one-game advantage tomorrow.
They have a
too.
one-game advantage, and they have tons of time to rest.
And they get to watch all the other games, too.
So I think they already know what's coming if it's IG, just because they played IG a ton of times. They crushed rox.kis in the format. I think they just generally run things a lot smoother than Empire. They can do what Empire does a lot better, and they can do a lot of other things. So I don't really think they're scared of Empire. So
I would say IG are favorites there as well, and EG versus IG, I'd give EG an edge, but maybe they're shaken after this game, and
IG can take a page from DK's book,
Yeah.
too, is the thing.
we'll see if they work together to help ensure an all-Chinese grand final.
Yeah, I think DK's most scared of IG in the grand finals, but EG's more likely to make it there.
Okay. Well, with that being said, that wraps up our final match of the day, guys. That's pretty much it. It's a 2-0 victory for Team DK. They just perplexed and flummoxed EG, and in the end, EG now still guaranteed top 3, but they've got to fight real hard if they want to make it back to the grand finals, let alone win it. I'm LD, he's Merlini. We were joined here today by K-Pop Tosis and Shiver, who did a bunch of awesome interviews. They'll be up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit TV. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Finals Championship Sunday. For now, it's all of us here signing off.